I'm a bad girl. That's how it goes. I'm a bad girl. All I can think about is the TikTok predicting what JoJo's gonna say. I'm a bad girl. I do bad things. Okay.
Bad girl. Stay up late. Karma's a bitch. Karma's a snore. I don't want karma anymore.
Hello, my name is Liz Ashley and welcome to my channel where we talk about all of the pop culture and internet drama. So if you haven't gathered from my little intro, today we are going to be talking about what the whole internet is talking about right now, JoJo Siwa. Yes. So JoJo Siwa, we're going to talk about her again. I actually had a video on her a couple weeks ago talking about her and her mom and XOMG. I don't know. I already forgot the name. We know it's XOMG Pop because her mom was like, I liked XO, like XO, and then OMG. And I'm just like, what band name is this? Anyway. So today we're talking about JoJo Siwa, and we are going to talk about her rebrand, and we are going to talk about her new song. But first, we're going to talk about basically the lore behind this new song. Like basically what this song is, I think, personally about. And that means we're going to be talking about JoJo Siwa and Avery Cyrus. Yes, are you excited? Because I'm excited. So, like I said, we're talking about JoJo Siwa, who, if you don't know, which I'm assuming you probably do, but if you don't, she was on Dance Moms, right? And then she became like her own pop star, right? She had her own show, and that's what I talked about in the last video about her, was she had her own show, and it was like similar to Dance Moms, but it was supposed to be nicer, but there's been some people saying that it wasn't. I don't know. And allegedly. And then Avery Cyrus, she is actually a pretty big TikToker. And her ex-girlfriend Soph got kind of big on TikTok together. So first, let's talk about Avery Cyrus and JoJo, how this relationship came about. Avery Cyrus and Soph were a couple, right? They were a couple on TikTok. So they were a couple, they were on TikTok, they got really big. Eventually, they broke up. And when they broke up, like 3 days later, Avery was doing like this mukbang with JoJo. And so all of these rumors start flying, and they're like, wait a second, like she's over here doing mukbangs with JoJo, and then they start posting together a lot, and everyone's like, first of all, that was fast. Like, wow, everyone thought that Avery had cheated on Soph, but Avery and Soph say that there was no cheating at all. I'm pretty sure that they were still friends afterwards. And JoJo Siwa, she had just broken up with her ex, Kylie Prue. And so, of course, there were all these rumors on the internet, all these rumors on TikTok that JoJo and Avery were together. And they kept posting all of these TikToks being like, no, we're just friends.
We're friends.
Purely platonic.
I don't know.
And then they go to Disneyland. I think it's Disneyland because that's the one in California. They go to Disneyland. Basically, JoJo takes people who she's like really serious with to Disneyland as like dates, which is pretty cool. So while they were there, Avery got this like sheet out and she said, will you be my girlfriend? And JoJo said yes. And then they made it official and it was all official. You know, throughout this time, they're like posting on TikTok a lot. They go to red carpets, which is really cool. So, but when Avery and JoJo got together, there was like lots of drama on TikTok. Basically, a lot of people were actually telling JoJo not to get into the relationship with Avery. because they felt like Avery was like going too fast and moving too soon after she just got out of this like long relationship with Soph. Like, you know, a lot of people were really upset and they were kind of trying to like warn JoJo. Now, this was before, I think this happened before JoJo started getting some like bad press about like herself, you know? Because like I said, there's the XOMG pop drama right now, but before that drama, she got in, like a lot of people were talking about her because she stood up for Colleen Ballinger. Yeah, I think that's enough said. Like, if you're gonna stand up for Colleen Ballinger, then like, what are we doing? Like, what?
The internet can take a lie and run so far with it, so far, that to the point where you just can't do anything about it.
You don't know about Colleen Ballinger, which I feel like most people do, but I don't know how online. I don't know. I'm a very online person, and so sometimes I can't gauge like what is very online and what is mainstream. Because like I have normie friends and I asked them if they knew who she was and they said no. And to me, I'm like, she was all the internet talked about for like weeks. And my normie friends had no clue who she was. And so sometimes I'm not really sure like what is mainstream and what's not. This is before she kind of got into some of that drama. So a lot of people were like warning her and being like, you know, hey, we don't want you to get hurt and all this stuff. Well, Avery and JoJo, like 3 months in, stopped posting together. They stopped, you know, they were like posting every single day before this. And then now there was like nothing. And then Avery did some TikToks like alone. And so a lot of people were like, okay, they broke up. Like, obviously they broke up, but nobody knew what was going on. And Avery posted something about like her karma, like knowing like she got her karma or something. A lot of people were like, oh, wait, JoJo did something? Like, did JoJo do something to Avery? Because people were not expecting that. And so this is going on, right? And then this is the craziest part to me. This is like legitimately the craziest part. They literally had like an obligation to go on this like cruise. Like they got this sponsored cruise that they had to like record them being on. And they had to go together because it was literally like a job for them to do. They're broken up and they're on this cruise together. And I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my God. That's wild. That's wild. But apparently it wasn't that bad. They got along. And the reason that everyone knew for sure that they had broken up at that point is that when they were on the cruise, JoJo got something out of like one of those claw machines and then gave it to Avery, and Avery was like filming this. And JoJo was like, this is my, you know, I'm sorry gift for breaking up with you. So JoJo broke up with Avery. And so it wasn't Avery that did anything bad. Avery was friends with Soph at that point still. And so she actually started hanging out with Soph again, and everyone thought that they were back together. But then Avery was like, no, we're not back together. Like, she's just been my friend for this. She's actually been like someone I can like, that like understands what I'm going through. Right? Okay. So at this point, Avery's not saying much. Like, she's made a couple TikToks, but she's not like spilling anything. Like, no one really knows why they broke up. They ended up just saying, you know, PR stuff. You know, we just realized we're better off as friends, blah, blah, blah. And that's what they said. And then JoJo's mom posted JoJo's mom is so messy. JoJo's mom is so messy. Like, there's like, when I was making that other video, I was seeing those videos of her from Dance Moms, and I was like, she is so messy. But her mom made this video of JoJo like pacing in their house, and her mom being like, what's wrong? And JoJo was like, I was used for clicks and views, and it just sucks that I was used and blah, blah, blah. And she's like coming out saying that like Avery was just using her for attention. It was just using her for clout. Was just using her for clicks and views, right?
Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Because I got used. For what? For views. And for clout. And I got tricked into being told that I was loved. And I got played.
And so she was basically saying that, oh, it's like, you know, Avery, she's like a TikToker. She was using me for clicks, which I don't believe, like, at all. And you know, at this point, again, Avery hadn't said a lot. She had like hinted at things and done things, but she hadn't like said anything. And so like randomly Avery came out with a video about JoJo Siwa, and it really does paint JoJo in a very bad light. So I'll show you this video.
Me and my girlfriend at the time were at this concert, and then her ex shows up. So she decides to go start talking to her ex. Her ex is so into the conversation, she's like leaning over the rail, like, oh my god, I heard she's gonna play the song that's on her Smiley Face album. Me and her girlfriend are just sitting there like, I don't really think anything of it until the next morning when my girlfriend at the time was like, I think I should text my ex and let her know that there's no bad blood between us. Like, what? Obviously I was sussed out, but I was like, okay, I guess that's valid. She shows me the text and sends it and then goes to work out. I'm working on her computer, and then text messages pop up when she's downstairs. Turns out she sent more messages, something along the lines of, oh, I still have the thing you gave me when we first met. And the ex's response, keep in mind she had a girlfriend at the time, was the pet name that they used to call each other. And, oh, I still have that too, and I also have the ring that you gave me. So I went downstairs and I told her I saw them. She's like, I won't respond. Fast forward 3 days later, she dropped me off at the airport to go home. And as soon as I walked through my front door, she sends me a voice memo breaking up with me.
So basically, JoJo, they were at this concert, her and Avery went to this concert, and then they ran into JoJo's ex and their girlfriend, and then JoJo and her ex-girlfriend were like talking all night, and then she ended up texting her ex-girlfriend, and then broke up with Avery, and then her ex-girlfriend and their girlfriend that was at the concert, this is getting very convoluted. They broke up, and the girl, the ex-girlfriend of the ex-girlfriend, made a video on TikTok, which is very, very interesting.
Because I got used. Correct me if I'm wrong, Queen, but didn't you text Kai the day after the Fletcher concert? And didn't you hang out with her both the day before and the days after her and I had broke up? And I'm assuming that's the same timeline. You broke up with Avery when you two were hanging out, so.
Yeah. And so JoJo is in some mess. This is so messy, so freaking messy, right? And so I'm glad that Avery came out and said all that. And I'm glad Kylie Prue's ex-girlfriend said all that, because it's like, no, like you guys were being, like y'all were being very messy. And like now, and so the whole like branding of like JoJo's still the good girl, like you've been exposed, and it's happening again, and it's what's happening. And now JoJo has decided to, I think, rebrand because of all of this, which is wild. And like I said in the beginning, and now all over TikTok, people are kind of like mocking her and her rebrand and her new song. Yeah, you're a bad girl. And then she says something about like karma in there, and I think that's like alluding to like when Avery was saying that she got her karma after like what she did to someone else happened to her. But literally, like, she just, okay, so I guess her tattoos are real. So I'll show you what she looks like. So this is her rebrand. And so if you knew JoJo Siwa before, or if you see any of the pictures I'm posting, you'll see that she's usually typically very colorful, wears a lot of bows and glitter. And she's still doing like a lot of glitter and stuff like that here, but it's more black and white and, you know, a little bit more adult-ish and stuff like that, right? She had like a content warning of like, oh, this is gonna be adult content, but I think she's basically trying to allude to like everything that happened with her past relationships, you know, because at one point she says in her lyrics, okay, so it's called Karma, it's not called Bad Girl. It says, I was a bad girl, I did some bad things, I swear I did it all for fun and it meant nothing, it never happened, it was a secret, like when a tree falls in a forest no one hears it, another late night, another crazy mood, and I didn't think twice what it would do to you. Thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not cheat, thou shalt not get caught, or you'll end up just like me. So I think she's like alluding to like, yeah, she cheated on Avery, I think, allegedly. And she got caught. That's what happened. Like, and then now she's like, oh, I'm a bad girl, you know? And it says, karma's a bitch. I should have known better. If I had a wish, I would have never effed around. Like, that's like so obviously what she's talking about. The song hasn't come out yet. I don't even think, like, it hasn't even come out yet. And she keeps teasing it and keeps saying that it's like, oh, it's going to come out, it's going to come out. But she's been teasing it for like months now, I feel like, or maybe like a month. I don't know. And she totally like, she got like all tatted up. And I swear I didn't think it was real when it first happened. Like, I was like, those are not real tattoos. There's no way. There's no way. I don't believe you. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I love tattoos. Like, I have like a lot of tattoos, okay? And I love them. And I'm like obsessed and I'm addicted. And that's why I wouldn't understand doing like 2 sleeves at once, because I'm like, well, wouldn't you want to like do it over time and just like keep getting more tattoos? Because that's, I don't know. I feel like I'm friends with a lot of people who like tattoos too. And I feel like that's just what we all do. I don't know. And so I don't know. I'm still stuck on those tattoos. Like they're there every time she has a video. They're there. But I'm just like, for some reason, I just don't believe it. I just don't believe they're real. But yeah, so basically the whole internet is talking about her rebrand. They're talking about her new song. So I mean, she kind of got what she wanted. But yeah, that's what's going on. All right. Well, if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Comment disco ball. I haven't done that one in a while. Tell me what you think about this below. Let me know if there's what else you would like to see. I'm gonna do the other episode of Fletcher and Shannon. So stay tuned and subscribe if you want to see that, please. I'm almost to 500 subscribers, kind of, a little bit. And I would really, really love to hit that. So if you could help me, I would literally be so happy. Like the happiest person. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all the things.